So for 8.3, we are now going to be multiplying polynomials, starting with a binomial times a binomial. So to review, we know that the monomial is just like one little thing, no addition, subtraction. The binomial is when you have two things being added together. And a polynomial is any time you have two or more. So this was chapter 1. You can simplify that. It's just the distributive property. This is kind of like what we did yesterday. More distributive property, nothing too scary. So now today, notice that they are both binomials. This is just really fancy distributive property. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just the x, and I'm going to distribute it to the other parentheses. Do not distribute it into its own parentheses. Distribute it outside. So I'm going to do x times x and x times negative 4. See, I'm just distributing. It's just the distributive property. X times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. Then what you're going to do, check this out. Now I'm going to take, I want a different color here. Then I'm going to take this 3, and I'm going to distribute it just like you did to the second parentheses. So 3 times x, that'll be adding a 3x, and 3 times negative 4 will be adding a negative 4, which is the same thing as minus 12. Okay, so then from there, I want you to combine like terms if you can. In this case, it looks like these terms will combine. So that's going to be x squared minus 1x, or just x, minus 12. There's kind of a way that you can remember this. It's kind of become a little, I don't want to say it's taboo in the math world, but there's a growing movement to make sure that our students understand what they're doing, not just memorizing these silly little phrases to do things. So one of the, quote, silly little phrases to do things is FOIL. See, I've written that over here. And it stands for first, outside, inside, and last. And if you notice, that's what I did. First, I multiplied the first two pieces together. Then I did the outside. Then I did the inside. Then I did the last. That's what FOIL stands for. You'll hear us call it like, oh, you need to go FOIL that. You'll hear us say it like that a lot of times. As long as you remember at the end of the day you're using the distributive property, I'm good with calling that. You'll hear me refer to it as our favorite 4-letter F word in the math room. So to practice that again, multiply the first two terms together to kind of think of it with the FOIL mnemonic device in our head here. 4b times 3b is 12b. Then the outside terms, 4b times 2 is 8b. Then the two inside terms, negative 15b. And the last terms from each binomial, negative 10. Combine like terms. And that's our final answer. Oh, I forgot the b squared. Sorry about that. That's our final answer. So the reason why I don't want you to only know FOIL, I want you to know that you're distributing, is because as we move on to some more examples, FOIL falls apart because it doesn't account for what if one of them's a trinomial, or what if they're both trinomials. But as long as you can remember that at the end of the day, you're just doing the distributive property, you'll be fine. Check it out. 3x times 2x squared, 6x cubed. Okay, then multiply it there. Then multiply it there. Do the same for the negative 5. Remember, it's a negative 5 the whole time. It can be really easy to lose that negative sign right there, just so you know. So what's that give me? Negative 10x squared, then multiply it here, negative 35x. Multiply it here, 40. Combine like terms. There's nothing to combine with the cubed. It looks like I have a 21x and a negative x as far as the squareds go, so that's going to be an 11x squared. How about negative 24x and negative 35x? That's going to add to negative 59x. And last but not least, there's nothing to combine with the 40. Just like that. If the, like 4b is two trinomials, it's going to be long, but distribute m squared to all three things, the 2m to all three things, and then the negative 3 to all three. And that's how you do that one. All right, we'll do the word problem together in class.